G'day guys, it's the 9th of January 2021. I decided to stream an hour later than normal because I just didn't feel like doing anything when I woke up earlier. It's a Saturday today, so getting a later start to most of the things. And that includes this stream. So here I am now, doing the stream. Just checking the files, seeing if they're right. Yeah, they seem to be fine. Ooh, maybe I'll try something with this. Now we turn it over on her. Second. Give that a shot, see what that looks like. Honestly, I wasn't gonna stream today. I was just gonna dive right into work, but I figured, you know what? Can I spare an hour? Maybe, maybe not, but doing it anyways. I probably should have grabbed a drink or something. You don't hear a bird today. I heard it earlier actually. Maybe it has a schedule. And I just like bypassed it by going by streaming later than normal. By streaming at I guess an hour after the fact. Maybe that was the case. Who knows? Who knows? Smoke. I think the smoke's done. Let me do the shades. I think that's done too, maybe? No? Ooh. Let's try something here, just to add a bit more things to it. That's weird. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Wait, what? Oh. I'm dumb. There we go. It's fine. That's fine. That's fine. There we go. Brush it in. If you can hear that sound at the back, that's a fan. It's pretty warm right now, so I've got a fan on to keep me decent. Alright, let's add some shades now. Let me try something with the shade layer. Alright, cover that. And these. Do these, not that. Do these. You got these. You got these. Oops, just main. If I spell that right instead. Then let that be the shade. That's interesting. I don't think I've tried that before. Where this shade is the same tones used for that. Email for Legos. No. Alright, let's add a glare to this. Glare. Too much. Let's fade it a little bit. Sometimes it actually works. Oh, that one might not be too bad. It's closer to the base. I think that one might be better. No, it's too brown. Let's grade out a bit more. Nope. Okay, that one might work better. Let's give that a shot. Yeah, I don't think I've ever tried that one though. Let's go. What is that? Okay, blue. Maybe delete it. Too much. 50. G'day, Wall. I'm alright. Bit of a decided to start it slow today, as in later than normal, but after I finish this, I will begin work again. The next few days are going to be pretty busy. So I'm going to be doing warm-ups anyway, so I figured I may as well continue to stream during those warm-up times, as opposed to just diving right into work. What's that? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright. That's interesting. What if I try that one and just like make that lighter? What will that do? Nope. Alright, let's give that a shot. See, like, I try a lot of different things while I'm doing these warm-ups. Just different layer setups to see what I can pull from this and bring it to my regular pieces. I figured I may as well use these warm-ups as a way to experiment a little bit, just kind of like tweak little things to see if I can apply them to my regular stuff. So this is actually pretty interesting. Second, yeah, we'll give that a shot, see what that looks like. Might be too much, but I'll lower the opacity of it once I make my selections made. That way I can see what it looks like, you know, in proper full, I suppose. So that's secondary. That's interesting. That's see, that's interesting. It's subtle, but it does add something. And that's like, look how dark that one is. But that makes sense why. I'm gonna try something else here, see what it does. See, that might be too much. Let me lower that a little bit, just a smidge. Alright, I'll do the whole selection here, because I'm not really sure what I want to do with the lighting for this yet. I don't want to lose the feel of how big, how tall he is, you know. And I may end up doing some other fade later on anyways, but I may as well do this now just to get a vibe to it. Oh, thanks. Yeah, this thing is, I don't know, I figured I'll try something with the smoke. Normally I don't. Normally I'll do regular hard cell cuts where it's like sharper edges, but I'm like, okay, let's try something with the smoke where I'm just gonna blur out a couple of, like, smudge out some of the edges. Now while that would be something that would work for like singular illustrations like this, it's something that I wouldn't be able to really do in comics, because it's a little too time consuming in regards to like the finer details, I suppose. And I already take like way too long to color pages, that doing that would just add so much more time. Like I kind of hate how long it takes to color pages, to be honest. I need to find a better way, a method that doesn't, a process that doesn't take me like a whole bloody day. I enjoy it. I enjoy the rendering part, but I think it's just taking me way too long. And on those days I end up doing nothing else but color, which I guess it's weird. It's like it takes less time to draw, but obviously, as you notice with these streams, that tends to be the case, where the line art itself, the drawing aspect, doesn't actually take very long. Planning takes the longest, as in comics anyways, With this, planning doesn't really take too long because it's just a singular character. But coloring obviously takes the longest, as you can see with a lot of these streams. Now, it's that very thing with comics, in pages, but you know, multiply that due to the size and the amount of subjects in the actual in a comic page. So it's just super time consuming. Yeah, it's thanks. My speed is okay with these singular pieces. Like I can churn out a single illustration like this, but when it's comic pages, it tends to take longer due to the fact that, as I was just saying then, it's like, because I think I treat each panel with too much detail, I suppose. Like I treat each panel as if it can kind of like stand on its own as a piece, which I really should stop doing that, because I have to remember that in comics, people, I mean, a good reader, I suppose, would like read through a comic once to just, you know, to get through the story, and then look through it again to actually look at the pages. That's how I read it anyways, you know. So that I don't miss a thing, you know, because it's otherwise, why would the artist put in so much work into the artwork if they were just going to skim through it? Do you know what I mean? And just go for the text. Otherwise, you can just bloody read, like, you can read anything else, to be honest. So, I don't know. Maybe I am putting too much. I gotta, I don't know, it's a learning process still. Like even after these many years working on comics, it's still a learning process. Ugh. But sometimes I'm like, I hate the fact that I love comics so much. Right. Yeah, no, I get ya. Like, to me, comics is a visual medium. I can't, when people are like, oh, read it, the story's great, and I'm like, ugh, if the artwork doesn't do anything for me, then I'm not gonna be able to appreciate the story. It's a medium that requires both. Like, I could read a really terribly written comic that looks visually great. I know that's that's probably looked at as a negative. Like, I'm not doing very well for the comic by doing that, but I'm being honest, it's a visual medium. I can read something, I can completely ignore what's written on the page. And if the visuals are bloody awesome, you know? Whereas I can't look at a comic that, if the writing is great, but the artwork doesn't do anything for me. I can't. I know it sucks. I know it's like I'm not doing a service to the writing, but I can't. Well, like, you know, same as cartoons. Visual. It's a visual thing. It goes hand in hand. Or like even with cartoons, like I've seen I know people get thrown off by the way something is the way something sounds even, you know? Or if the story is good, it looks good, but it doesn't sound right, people would avoid that too. So yeah, it's like it all pieces together. It all has to work well together for it to actually work proper. So it's an interesting thing that, but yeah, I don't know, comics is weird like that. Yeah, it doesn't really, I wouldn't say, like, I don't necessarily mean like it makes up for it. I can still it could still be a bad comic in the end of the day, but I could say at least, oh, the artwork was at least fantastic. Whereas I wouldn't know if the writing is good, because it's like if it's a slog to get through, because I don't feel like I'm not vibing with the artwork, then it's like, dang, I wish I could like I wish I could overlook the artwork. And now, mind you, this isn't always the case, because it obviously, like, style and appeal varies from person to person. Like, I know, like with manga, for example, a lot would say that Mob Psycho 100, the original manga, wasn't drawn very well. I read it. I read it at the time when it was coming out. I enjoyed it. Not just, I mean, the artwork, it was serviceable. Now, I think if artwork is serviceable enough, then that'll do the job. I knew the particular style that the creator was working with, and I was, I enjoyed the heck out of the story, so that's what kept me going with it. But then there are other things where it's like, there are other books I can't even remember them right now. If I can't get into it within the first, few chapters, I'm out. Same as, watching something. If I can't get into it within the first few, I'm out. Which kind of sucks, because it's like, I'm sure I would, like, enjoy it if I can overlook aspects of it, but I don't know. Like I was mentioning yesterday, I started watching the US Office, because it's on Amazon Prime, but it's now on, like, Netflix also. And I was saying how I was struggling through the first season, and I was, but I kept it playing, and it's like they found footing as soon as second season started, and now I'm actually enjoying it. And I'm like, okay, because I remembered seeing a couple of episodes from the later seasons. I don't know, I think it may have been like season 8 or something, maybe 9, I don't know, I think season 8. But like, I'd seen some of those during conventions, like at the hotel, staying at the hotel and stuff, and those are amusing. But then, like, watching the first season, I'm like, this is not like that at all. But as soon as it got into the second season, I was like, okay, this feels more like what I remember watching at the convention during the hotel stay and stuff. So I'm like, okay. So, and there are moments where I'm like, oof, these characters are a struggle, but then I think that's kind of the point of the characters, really. Like, they're just kind of outlandish in their actions. But that one's okay. That was okay. I'm enjoying it. It's good background viewing, I think. It's either that or just like music, or like when I'm not streaming and I'm, sitting here working, I'll either have that playing, or I'll have a bunch of YouTube type podcasts, because it's just easy entertainment for the background. I don't know if this works. Let's do more of this then. did I? I'm dumb. Deleting the wrong thing. I don't even know if this is working out. Probably. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I should probably have lunch or something after this. We'll see. Let's see what this looks like. Meh. Did I add for that? Okay, some basic ones. Yeah, that looks interesting enough. That's fine. That'll do. It's like you can consistently be working and tweaking on a thing, but you have to eventually get to a point where you're just like, yeah, that'll do. Otherwise, you could be stuck on that thing for a long time, for a lot longer than you need to be. G'day, Leandro. Biggest influences. Well, since iShield 21, Yosuke Murata's been like my favorite artist. When I started reading that, anyways. Toriyama is always up there with his ideas and his paneling for comics. what got me into like proper, like I've always been drawing since I was a little kid, but like I used to draw like heaps of Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as a kid, where I'd like copy images from the back of the, what is it, the toy box art for the Transformers anyways, and the cartoon for the TMNT, and the movie, the first movie, which is still a massive influence on me actually, which is still like one of the best films. But like in the later 90s or early 90s, it was like Jim Lee's X-Men, but then I wasn't like super into comics still. I liked the comics then. There was particular characters of that era that I just gravitated to in terms of the way they looked and their design and how cool they looked to me at that time. Like Scarlet Spider was awesome. Still my favorite Spider-Man. But like in the, I guess, mid to late 90s, when Wildstorm was a thing with like Wildcats, and Gen 13 was like something that made me go, whoa, artwork can look like this, that's pretty cool, you know. Obviously this is like years after. Oh yeah, that box art for the Transformer figures back in the day was some of the best, and I'm glad I've got like this book here actually, where it's got a bunch of the old box art as well, which is pretty rad. Got it on one of the Australian sites. But yeah, it's like looking at it again, I'm like, wow, some of this artwork, it's like, it is all hand painted and such, but they're not the best images, I guess, but it's, you know, what I grew up on, so I was pretty rad still looking at it. What other influences? Like, I watched anime as a kid. Obviously back then I didn't really know what it was. You know, I didn't really know what anime was. What is that? Oh, that's the background, I think. Let me check something here. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. I don't really know what anime was as a kid. So, but I knew it was different. I knew it was something that didn't look like everything else. And I used to wonder, like, how come that looks like that, but nothing else looks like that? And that was always weird to me. Like, what was it? The intro to Thundercats. Intro to Thundercats. What was it? The intro to Thundercats. That was one of the cartoons back then. I was like, why does this look different from every other cartoon? Then again, the intro to Thundercats looked way different to the actual Thundercats show. That always weirded me out. Even Transformers, I would say, looked different. Like the Transformers animated movie from, what, 86 was it? 86 film? Is that what it was? I don't even remember. That film was awesome. Even to this day. So I don't know, man. Cheers, dude. Cheers for dropping by. That's looking alright. That's looking okay. That's looking okay. Will this get finished today? I've got about 20 or so minutes. Maybe. I'd like for this to be done today. That'd be good. That'd be good. Yeah, I would like that. We'll see. We'll see. That's the goal. Nope. This part might be tricky. Or not. Or not. Ugh, I got flats after this. I'm not looking forward to it. Not looking forward to it. They gotta be done. Did I even need that section? I don't even think I used that pure highlight. I did that one, but I didn't use that one. Maybe I could delete it. Alright. Alright, I got about 15 minutes. Will I be able to finish this in 15 minutes? Hopefully? I mean, I'm in my last bits now. And it's looking essentially done. It's weird how that adds to it. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. I think that works better. Let's see if I can fade that, actually. Oh, okay. I like that. go higher. I think 80 works. Maybe that's too much, maybe. Let me try something here. Oh, actually, let me try something. See, this is the fun part where I get to experiment on such and such. 340 the heart. And that's set at normal. And that's set at. But then these two things. Okay, I got 10 minutes. Hopefully these 10 minutes of experimenting and trial and error pays off, because I don't really know what it is I'm doing right now, but I'm trying something out. No, I don't like that. But why is it doing that? Let's go. Yeah, no. too intense. Let's gray it out a bit. Alright, I got about 6 minutes left. No. Oh. That didn't do much. I think that one works better. I think it does. Let's do it then. Alright. So I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it. I got about 5 minutes left. Let me add some. See what happens if I do this. Yeah, that works. Let's add a bit more. All right. Okay, good. Okay. So I think I am done with this. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm done with it. Alright, I'll be back in 2 days from now. So, yeah, cheers.